Hey guys, it's me, Made of Jen, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a makeup look. So today I'm going to show you guys actually how I do my makeup for work. This is literally my everyday makeup look. I'm literally using everything that I use all the time. There are just two new things that I do have in my makeup routine right now that I'm kind of like iffy whether I want to try them or not. I do have these are the Fenty Beauty We're Even concealer. It's the hydrating concealer. I'm a little iffy about this one just because my under eyes, I don't like matte concealer under my eyes because I am older. I am about to be 35 and I do need something a little bit more hydrating. I am combo oily, so because of that this might crease faster under my eyes than I would expect. So I'm kind of like iffy about whether I should use this or not. I do have two colors, but let's go ahead and get started. Usually it actually takes me 1 hour to get ready for work. I already did my skincare, and if you guys hear that little noise in the background, that is Mitzi Boo. She is literally munching down on her food. But the first thing I am going to do though is I am going to put a primer. So I used to do two primers. I used to do the Jaclyn Cosmetics primer oil first, and then I would do my brows, and then I would let that settle in my skin, and then I would go in with the e.l.f. poreless, not the putty but the liquid primer on my T-zone and mostly down here, just because I do have some weird discoloration and some texture in my skin. So right now, since it is wintertime, I am dealing a little bit with winter dryness on the cheeks. I don't know if you guys can really see it on my cheeks. So I have like these dry spots. And I'm shiny like a ball. You guys see me. I'm super shiny. I've already put all my skincare, my sunblock, everything. And I'm still very much patchy right here. Mitzi. She's enjoying the crap out of her food. So, I don't do that anymore. I'm just going to go in with one primer. And it's going to be the EXA or EXA. This is the Jumpstart Smoothing Primer. I just started using this, by the way. I got it at half off. It was on, I think they're going to discontinue it, to be honest with you, or they might just get rid of it in certain stores where it's available. So I hope that I can find it one more time before it completely gets discontinued. If it does get discontinued, you're supposed to shake it, by the way. So I am going to go ahead and use, you guys can see the consistency of that. It has like a peachy tone to it, peachy pinkish tone, and I'm just going to apply that all over. And I did try this out 2 days ago while I went to work, and honestly, I think for pore wise, it does really good. Like, I have not heard anyone really talk about it. I actually came across this because one of the consultants that comes into my job says that she was buying, which is another product that I'm going to use later, the corrector and the foundation, and she said that it works all day. It's really good, that I don't understand how people are sleeping on it. And I was just like, what? So usually while my face is settling, the primer is settling, because I do let it sit on my face for a little bit just so it could really do its job. I'm gonna actually go in on my brows, and I'm just gonna go on the bottom portion. If you've been here before, like years ago, you already know I usually do the bottom portion of my brows first, and then I move on to the top. So like I said, I am very combo oily, so my skin is just like, it's just all over the place. So I am going to go ahead and actually grab my Urban Decay All Nighter Translucent Powder. I just use this literally just for my brows. I don't use this for anything else. I used to use it for my face, to set my face, but I kind of stopped. You know, as you use other stuff, you kind of like move on from other stuff. So I just noticed I have a big ass hair on my... And no, I have not done my brows, guys. I have not done my brows. I've been neglecting to do my brows. So what I do is I actually just go in with powder and I tap in in between the hairs, and I'm trying to get to the skin because the skin is the one that's producing the oil. So I'm just trying to go in here and I'm trying to remove the excess oil and set the skin so that when it does produce oil, much of it will not go onto my actual hairs, my brow. And then usually at this point, I start prepping my foundation. So the reason why I prep my foundation is because I'm having like a weird crisis with finding the right shade of foundation right now. Like I said, it is winter time. I'm going through this weird time in the season where I'm getting sun, but I'm not getting a lot of it, and I'm not in my cool shade either, like my winter shade, but I'm not in my summer shade. I'm kind of like almost in my spring shade, but I'm not quite there yet. So my skin just, my whole body is just like, you know, different colors. It is what it is, and I don't use self tanner, so this is just how my skin is. So for my foundation, I am going to prep it. I'm gonna use this also to conceal under my brows because I don't use concealer for my lids at all. Anytime I use concealer and I set, I actually crease and I actually get oily lids. So I feel like using the foundation as an actual concealer on my lids has actually worked much better than I anticipated, honestly. So for my foundation, I know this is temporarily discontinued. Well, it's temporarily unavailable. Anna, the founder for Dose of Colors, has said she is bringing it back, I believe in the summer of 2024. I actually bought 2 bottles of this because it is so good. I actually used this in a photo shoot when I was this skin tone color, the exact shade. And it is 119 light medium. This is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. I used to also really love the concealer, but I kind of fell out of place with it because it became kind of drying under my eyes because I am getting much older. So I know they reformulated that, but I haven't had the chance to like buy it or use it. But I do a pump of this, and I actually use this e.l.f. color corrector. This is the blue. So in case you guys don't know, I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok, everywhere. Blue neutralizes warm tones in foundation. So excuse me. So I have this foundation right now. It's just a little bit too warm for me right now. So I do about a pump on here, and you guys see, sorry, my pen's already dirty, but it is a little bit liquidy. But it starts off light and then it starts oxidizing and it becomes dark. So when it becomes dark, it becomes too tan for me. During the summer, the color is perfect. I actually really like the foundation. It will go through your workout. It will go through the whole day looking just like you almost did at the beginning of the day. So I really do like the foundation. As you guys can see, I'm still using it now. If you can get your hands on this, which obviously a lot of people cannot because of the way, you know, she's reformulating and rebranding and stuff, you can also try the CoverGirl. There's not the one with the red top on it. I can't remember the name of it. I use that on my using only cruelty free makeup video that I did a couple of weeks ago or months ago at this point, and I like that one also lasts almost all day. I actually wear that foundation honestly to Disneyland, and it works all day and it's not drying. It's amazing. So what I do with the concealer, with the corrector, is I actually grab my little spatula that comes with my pan and I scrape one side, I scrape the other side, and then I have this much here, and then I actually just tap it on there and I mix it. Like I said, this usually takes me about an hour, less than an hour and a half, less than an hour. It just depends on what distracts me and what happens along the way. And then I grab my brush. This is so dirty. And then I wipe off whatever's on here, because sometimes the blue will still stay on the actual spatula. So when I put it directly onto my skin, you'll see shades of blue, and it kind of like changes the tone of color just in that specific area. So when I go in with my foundation to clean up my brows, I will scrape off here and mix whatever's left over on the spatula, and that is what I'm going to use to clean my brows. So let's go ahead and start on the brows. So I am going to use an oldie but goodie. I'm back onto my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I am using the color Soft Brown, and I was using the Benefit My Brows, precisely my brow pencil. But if you guys don't know, I've been on my cruelty-free, vegan, safer type of makeup. So I had to, as soon as I finished the Benefit My Brow pencil, which by the way I still haven't finished it, but I kind of started like slowly trying to pull myself away. So I've been pulling myself away from certain stuff that I know is good, but it's not cruelty free. So it's been kind of hard because you know it's good and you know it works, but you can't use it. I just don't want to use stuff that's not cruelty free anymore, because I started really thinking about it, and I've seen a lot of videos and stuff of what they do to the poor animals when they are testing products on them, and it's just so sad, guys. I don't want to like sadden you with it. I don't want to I mean, there's some people that know what's happening and they still, like, you know, they don't care, and usually that would be me. I'd be like, whatever. It's like when people see how they make chicken nuggets and they still eat chicken nuggets, you know? And it is what it is. You just either live with it and you keep doing it, or, you know, you decide to not do it anymore. And I'm in that part where I'm deciding not to do it anymore. And by the way, the thing that takes me the longest is my brows. So right now I'm really trying to hurry up because my brows can take me any time between 10 minutes to like 20 minutes. So I'm trying really hard to get better at that, honestly, because I feel like I've been just so off with the brows. They're not always perfect. They're not always sisters. They are definitely cousins. And I haven't laminated my brows. I haven't really done anything with my brows. I've just been so lazy, and so I just, you know, when you get home from work and you've dealt with so much crap, like, and people, and although the last thing you want to like really do is just like do your errands, which is why I understand why people pay to go get these things done, like, you know, your brows, your lashes, and it takes away from you having to do it. I'm a DIY girly, unfortunately, and I don't want to spend my money. To each their own, obviously. You know, if you want to go ahead and spend your own money and do your thing, go ahead, girl. You do you. But for me, like, I don't have that type of money to like even do that, so I have to do it on my own. And if I don't do it, I look like a hot mess, which is where I'm at right now. I'm just like noticing all the stuff I need to do as I'm doing my brows, and I'm just like, why have I not done this? So I'm gonna show you guys like the tone. Sorry if the glare, but you guys see the tone of the foundation. It's technically now to the actual color it was supposed to be when it came out of the pump. It's still slightly a little bit tan, but we'll live with it. So now I'm gonna go in with my dirty ass brush. I forgot to wash this brush. I washed all my brushes literally 2 days ago. I haven't worn makeup for work because when I go in the mornings, I am not wearing makeup. I am not waking up at 4 in the morning to do my makeup when everybody's looking like a hot mess. I literally have half of my coworkers in PJs and looking fodonga like me, and I'm just like, I'm okay with it, you know? Like, I don't need to. The first time I did go in at 6 a.m. for work, I did try to put makeup on, and my makeup just looked so horrible. I was just like, never again am I doing that. And I'm just gonna clean up the bottom portion of my brows, and it doesn't matter if it goes onto my eyelid because I am going to blend it into my lid and set it. You would think that because I've done this routine so many times, I'd be able to do it faster, but I still suck at this, you know? And I've been doing this forever. And then with my beauty sponge, which by the way, it's not an actual beauty blender. It is the Dose of Colors beauty sponge. I don't even know if they still sell this. I do know that they've been rebranding and getting rid of certain stuff or just reformulating. But the sponge, I don't know. I haven't bothered checking. I actually haven't bought anything from Dose of Colors in a while, to be honest with you guys. Dose of Colors is technically not drugstore. They are high-end, prestige even. Their prices are a little bit on the, you know, side. But they do make really good products, so I can't even be like mad at them about it. And for the powder, I am not going to use the same powder I used for my brows. I'm actually going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out powder. I actually just bought this and I used it for the first time, like I said, a couple of days ago. I've been using certain stuff for the first time, and yo, this is really good. Now I understand why it's always like sold out when I go to Ulta and stuff. It's good. It's a little bit on the pricier side. I think it's like $12.99, which, you know, it is what it is. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is in the color 3.5. This is in the medium shade. This is like the olive tone. So if you're like olive and you're somewhat my complexion, this is the one for you. I believe only Ulta has it and their actual e.l.f. website. This is like their new shade. I'm so happy they took out certain shades because it was rough. And I did forget another thing. I'm like all over the place. Usually I do another thing here also, but I'm gonna just apply this in the certain spots that I usually do. I'm going to go in with the EXA or EXA. I don't know how this is pronounced. This is the High Fidelity Color Corrector. This is in the color Peach. They do have a darker peach, but the darker peach obviously for my skin tone just looks way too excessive. So I just go in here. I go in with my fingers. If you go in with your sponge, the sponge sucks all of it in and then it looks like you applied nothing. So I'm using this just for my dark circles because I am slightly tired. My sleep schedule's been all over the place. Like I told you guys earlier, I have been working at 6 a.m. And when I usually, you know, get home and stuff at the end of the day, I work out later at night and then I do dinner, and by the time I'm in bed it's already 12, almost 1 in the morning. So I've been getting only like 3, maybe the most 3.5 hours of sleep before I have to go into that 6-hour shift. So I'm just gonna apply some more of the Halo Glow, and I do tap here wherever I applied some of that corrector. I tap. I don't want to like rub it in because the tone, it could change the tone of the product. And I am going to go in with a brush. Usually I go in with a sponge, but I am trying out something new today. I did just rewash my brushes again. These are the Jessup. They're on Amazon. They're like the ones that have the dupe for the Ariel, the Makeup Bar by Ariel ones. And I just rewashed them all over again, and I've noticed that whenever I use a brush with this and with my foundation, because this is a foundation brush, I don't have as much of the dry patchiness showing through, because as much as I hate to admit, using a brush actually really does give you the full coverage, like of, it's supposed to give you like the actual coverage of what the product you're using is. So if you have like a full coverage thing and you're using a sponge, the sponge, no matter what sponge you use, like it's literally removing most of that coverage. It's gonna make it more natural. And the next thing I am going to do is I'm actually gonna go in with concealer. So like I said, I don't know what color I'm gonna go in with. I have 225, which I know is a little bit too light for me, and then I think I got 240 because 240 is like my actual skin tone color, but we're gonna see right now because I am going to apply the concealer. So from the tube they both look the same almost. Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, how do you know the color? It's right there. So 225 is slightly lighter. I went in with 220. I bought 240 because 240 is like my skin tone. So I bought it as a, you know, if I want to conceal, like just not wear foundation and just conceal my whole face. I bought 240 for that. But I just wanted you guys to see the applicator. It's like, it's almost like a finger, I want to say. I'm not applying more. This is as much as I'm going. I don't want to overdo it. But you guys can see this is actually pretty close to my tone. And then for this one, I'm gonna go in with my brush. This is a concealer brush. This is from Enzo Ken. If you've seen, I think I posted this in another video. I can't remember which video it was at the top of my head right now, but I did use this. I actually really like this brush to use under the eyes. It really blends out everything really nicely. And since this is a medium coverage type of concealer, I didn't want to lighten it out with my sponge. So this is also why I am going in with my concealer brush. I didn't want to remove the actual coverage of this, which by the way is looking really nice. And then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, my contour one. This is an actually medium tan. I go in with the slightly darker. The light medium is perfect for me when I want to just like contour my nose and I don't want to go too crazy with it. And then I'm gonna go in with the actual e.l.f. putty brush, the putty bronzer brush. I know it's for the putty, but I actually really like this for this because it just blends it out really well. And I'm just doing some underpainting before I go in with the foundation. And don't forget to blend to the here to the hairline. I was like, I can't remember what the hell I was talking about. And sometimes I gotta really blend this out because I'll forget that I didn't blend it out, and then I'll put the foundation and then I go to work and I go to the mirror, or I check the mirror before I go to work before I clock in, and then I'll see that it looks like I have a line and I'm like, holy crap, I forgot. And then I'll just go in with my finger a little bit and blend it out. So with this that I have on right now, I'm going to go in with the foundation that I have on this pan. And I'm going to go in with the spatula and I'm just going to directly put it in places where I want it more, like I want more actual coverage, which is like right here because I do have those weird dry patches under my, like right here, like you'll see them, they'll become more noticeable when I apply powder. So again, today I am trying the brush, the foundation brush, just because I want to see more of the coverage really covering, you know, right here because I need it. Going in with the same brush that I went over. And I don't swipe, I actually tap. One of the things I used to do when I started out using brushes is I would swipe and it would leave the worst marks on my skin. So that's why I was like, no, brushes are not for me. But as I've gotten more used to using these type of products. And then right here I am actually gonna go in with my concealer brush again, and I'm just gonna go under the eyes and pat, because it's starting to crease. No matter what I put on, I'm always gonna crease. That's just the way it is, honestly. I'm getting older, I have lines under. I can always set and try to prevent it, but it's never gonna be 100% like the way it was when I was like 20 something years old, you know? And then I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. I'm gonna go in with the color, what is this? Suave Mauve. And I'm actually gonna go in right here and here. And I'm going to blend that out with the actual liquid blush. This is the e.l.f. Liquid Blush brush. And I'm just going to start blending this in an upward and downward motion. I'm tapping, I'm not swiping. I don't want to remove my foundation. But how cute does this blush look? Just like this. And then I am actually going to go in with another e.l.f. blush. I'm going to go in with the color, what is this? Dusty Rose. And I'm actually just going to tap the littlest amount right here. And smile. And blend. And then go upwards. Join it in with the other color. A little bit over the nose. I'm going to go in under the eyes, and I'm actually going to have my powder ready. I actually dip in my beauty sponge into the powder, and then I set it in my face with that. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go under the eyes and blend. And I do this like this so it could blend into that blush so it doesn't look harsh under there. And then go in with some powder. And I usually concentrate the powder just like in the places I know I have the most pores, which is just like the cheek area, the frown, the lines, before I go in again with my puff. So I go in again with the puff under the eye, and then I go over the whole eye again. Okay, and then the last thing I do also is I go in with an actual powder brush just to really get under there, because this area specifically right here is where I have those weird dry patches, and I don't know if you guys can see them. The foundation already covered it, but as soon as I apply the powder, like, they reappear again, which is super annoying. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer. This is in the color. This is the pressed bronzer. This is in vitamin D. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do when I don't have this anymore, because as you guys know, Jaclyn Cosmetics, she discontinued her makeup line. I cannot open this right now to save my life. And she pretty much got rid of all her makeup, which is why I decided to stop using the primer oil, because as much as I love it, it's discontinued. What am I going to do without it? I don't know. I got to figure out an alternative, which is what I'm trying to do now. You know, not all makeup products are meant to last forever. There are certain stuff that we have that are favorites that they discontinue, and it sucks. You get me? Like, because you don't want to have to replace something that's like your holy grail, but you have to if people decide, you know, just because it's your holy grail doesn't mean it's everybody else's. Or like in this case, they're just stepping away from their makeup product, like their production, and you know, it is what it is. But we'll see. I'm also gonna go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the regular bronzer tone, and I'm just gonna go in over here one last time So I'm kind of blending out right here because I did have that weird patch right there when I applied the powder. I don't know what that's from. And also I'm not rubbing, I'm tapping. I'm starting to do more of a tapping motion when I use brushes now instead of like rubbing in. I've noticed that when I do that, my makeup tends to come apart. It doesn't matter what type of foundation or product I'm using. It's just like my skin right now, it's just, I don't know, it's doing its own thing. And like I did mention, I am trying to stay away from cruelty-free products, but I actually bought these a year ago before I started removing the cruelty-free products. But these are the Benefit blushes. This is in the color Pom Pom, and this is Shelly. So usually what I do is I still have blush, obviously. I just tap into Pom Pom and I tap the highest point of my cheek with it, and it's just one little tap, and slowly blend my way down. And then I go in with Shelly and the same thing right here. I'm doing the same thing I did with the liquid blush, and the liquid blush is more like a base, so it can really help me hold on, like the powder hold on above it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually set my face. I'm going to use the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. I know for some people this is a love-hate type of spray. I like it. I like it because it really sets my actual, like, it sets the powder into my skin so I don't look so dry. But I do spray this on the sponge just so I can have something, but I do tap off the excess because I don't want to go directly in with the sponge super wet. It's gonna remove my makeup. So right now I'm almost pretty much dry. You guys can see I'm gonna go in and just tap over. And this like tones down the blush in case you went a little bit over, and literally melts everything into the skin, as you guys can see. I'm just gonna grab more of the Milani Conceal Perfect powder, and I'm gonna use this actual under eye brush, and I'm just gonna tap in a little bit more under the eyes, because no matter what I do, I still crease under the eyes. And I know I just applied the damn thing, so I'll just go in a little bit with the sponge right now. And then, as you guys can see, we're pretty much almost done at this point. I'm just gonna finish off my brows. So what I do is I'm just gonna brush down. I got stuck for words for a second. And just fill in. I actually go in with the Milani Clear Brow Gel, and I literally just go over the brows, the hair, and I slowly just tap and blend in. And this actually removes some of the color. So because it's removing some of the color, it blends out the color of the brows a little bit better, where they don't look so harsh. I haven't been able to find a mascara that works with my lashes. My lashes are super flat. They don't hold a curl very long. Usually they say waterproof is the best one to help with that situation, but I've been having a hard time even with the waterproof ones because I have some that flake on me or smudge or whatnot. Oh, that scared me off. I've been using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume in waterproof, and I have the black brown one, but it comes with so much product on the brush. I literally have to wipe it off every time I use it because there is just so much product and it doesn't dry fast enough. It keeps my lashes wet and then it weighs them down. So that's the one downside I don't like about this mascara specifically, but it does keep my lashes up for most part of the day. I just don't like the fact that I have to remove so much excess. That is the one problem I do have with the mascara. And I have seen it flake on me, unfortunately. So I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place, what is this called? Luxe Liner and Coffee Bean. And I do have already lip balm that I use for my skincare. And I'm just going to go over it. If you're looking for a dark brown, Juvia's is the place to go. And I do go in like this to blend out that brown. And then I'm going to go in with the Milani, what are these? The matte lipstick ones. This is in the color Tease. It was very popular. I'll link everything I use down below, by the way. And then I'm going to top it off with the e.l.f. Glow Lip Oil. This is in the color Honey Talks, which is one of the most popular ones there's going on right now. Alright, and then I'm going to curl my lashes one last time. And if your lashes ever get stuck to the curler, just remember, what the hell? Oh, they're still wet. They are still wet. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's still drying. So I'm going to grab this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is in number 10, Be My Light. I'm just going to tap in here. And once this lash gets it together, okay, we're good. I gotta touch it because sometimes when I don't, it will ruin my whole ass makeup. So if your lashes ever get stuck on the curler, just turn to the side that you want it to lift towards. Oh my god, these lashes. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. The mascara was the only thing that really ruined me. But other than that, yeah, this is what I wear to work, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys like this look, please let me know down below also by liking the video. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.